Hello bros, and welcome to SFX 0 BroFive production. Next part, Sakura MMO 3. So, strange thing is going on. We saved there, so I'm gonna go to the main menu. Just see what the hell is going on right now. Yeah, there's a lot left. So let's see what's going on then. My adorable Neve. I traced my thumb against her shin, marveling at how soft and warm her skin is. I've been living in the underworld for too long, if you can call my pathetic, twisted existence living. All the warmth has long since drained from my body. I'm nothing more than a corpse with skin colder than wax. But Neve is alive. Her heartbeat hammers beneath the fabric of her dress. I can't get enough of it. She really is perfect. So, you have decided to side with me? It wasn't much of a decision. I wasn't happy with Viola, no matter how hard I tried. Nothing I did was good enough. I know how that feels, little one. But do not fret. You're good enough for me, and that's all that matters. When the world comes to an end, I will keep you by my side. We can rule over a new world together, and you can leave Viola behind. You never need to think about her again. Would you like that? I never need to think about her. How strange. My life has been dominated by Viola for the past year. She was all I could think about. She gave me a new life. She made me who I am now. She made you go insane. Insane, am I? I wonder. Love is just one small step away from madness after all. Especially when that love becomes too imbalanced. You gave too much and got too little in return. But that will change now. If you stay with me, I'll make you happy, I promise. Happy. I would like that. I want to be happy, only. Only what, little one? When I killed Viola, she didn't try to fight back. She defeated hundreds of enemies much stronger than me. If she wanted, she could have cut me down, but she didn't. She did nothing. I wonder why. Don't think about it too much, little one. It would be better to forget. I know, but I do wonder. I thought she didn't love me as I loved her, but maybe. Neve winches, her brow furrows and shakes her head. No, that can't be right. It's too late for regrets. I've already made up my mind. I'm with you now, and I'm happy. I will become happy. A horrible broken smile captures Neve's lips. For some reason she sights of it makes even my dead frozen heart skip a beat. This girl, this, is my happily ever after. I wonder, is she even more broken than I thought? Really? Really? So that's actually is a bad ending to this. Actually, let's try this out a bit. Skip off the choices. We're gonna go. We're gonna try to see if we can continue to a good end instead. I have to go through this whole thing to try to figure it out. Let's see. Alright, so here we are at something else. So I'm gonna save here. Try to understand Eve's feeling. I want to defend myself from the goddess' accusation, of course I do, but part of me pauses. Maybe she has a point. I'm Neve's mistress, it was my duty to take care of her, but I failed. She's been suffering for so long, and I never knew. Then, in that case, this is all my fault. Neve takes another step towards me. She is standing over me now, engulfing me in her shadow. Dark flame, stronger than any magic I've seen Neve wield before, continues to burn and flicker around her hands. What are you doing? Neve examines me coldly, her eyes narrowed. Aren't you going to try and beg for your life? Oh, Neve. A small smile captured my lips. You should know by now that I, the great witch Viola, never beg. If you feel upset with me, I understand. Perhaps I haven't treated you as best I could. That's entirely my fault. So he pauses, blinking. You're not going to defend yourself? I can't. Not now. Your feelings are more important than mine. If I really have hurt you, I apologize. I will accept my punish you wish to give me. I mean, I would have done this in either case, but I didn't get a chance to even try to talk to her. I mean, I'm the kind of person that can actually talk myself out of a jam. I've done that several times. If you really have to hurt me, I apologize, and I will accept my any punish you wish to give me. I'm not afraid of a little pain, I'm only afraid of hurting you and losing your trust. You're not just my maid, Neve, you're the one of my dearest friends, and I really do care for you. Now, I close my eyes. If you want to harm me, please get it over with quickly. If this is what it takes for me to earn your forgiveness, I'm prepared to suffer no matter what it takes. I wait for the final blow, but nothing happens. A powerful blast of dark magic doesn't come. Neve isn't attacking me. Why? I open my eyes slowly and then the other. I look up. Neve is standing over me, her eyes hollow and empty, dark magic seeping from her fingertips. But she's doing nothing. She looks down at me, her brow furrows. Her lips purse, and then, after a long pause, no. A soft, solidly, hardly audible falls from her lips. What was that? I said no. This is all wrong. You're all wrong. I love my lady no matter what you say, even if it is love that causes me pain, and I would then sacrifice it for the world. I would never ever hurt her. And I never forgive you for trying to turn me against her. Burn right down to your bones. Impossible! The goddess is able to deflect Neve's barrage of dark flames just in time, but I don't think she expected Neve to resist her magic so entirely. The goddess' concentration wanes and she forced to put all her magical energy into her own defense. Yes. And that makes the spell hanging about my body waver. It flickers and then it shatters. I can still feel a vestige of God's spell clings to me, trying to drag my leaden body back to the ground, but I ignore it. I push it away. I won't let that goddess control me anymore. Not now I finally have a chance to counter. I get to my feet and as do Fion and Eleri. We can move, but how can we fight? The goddess' magic is far, far stronger than my own, and butting heads with her would only lead to my own ruin. If I'm to defeat her, I won't be with force, but with smarts. I have to come up with some plan, but... I got it. I know what to do. The mirror. I show the goddess the depths of her own disoriented heart, twisted by years of hatred and anger. It makes her realize how ugly and unsightly she is, and then I can deliver the finishing blow. I dash towards the mirror, kicking off against the ground. I concentrate my magic into the heels of my dragon-hide boots, and forcing myself to go faster, faster, faster. This might be my only chance. Oh no, you don't. The goddess has recovered from Neve's surprise attack. She has seen what I'm doing, and surely she must know what I'm planning. She waves one hand and mirrored magic circles appear behind her throne. The circles are red and blood, and there are dozens, no hundreds of them. She's going to rain divine magic down upon me until one of her blows hits. This time she really will kill me. I won't let you. If you want to hurt Viola, you need to get past us first. A simple matter, you're nothing but pests compared to me. Iona waves one hand and a veritable barrage of magical energy fires out of her magic circles. The magic crashes against the ground initially like bullets. Fiona and Eleri do their best to deflect the magic with their blades, but it's fruitless. The divine magic belongs to the goddess of creation and is too powerful for any human to fend off. Fion's daggers are blown out of her hands in an arch. She tries to get new ones from her belt, but it doesn't have the time. A magic bullet hits her in the stomach, knocking her backwards. Down! Eleri stands before her, trying to protect her, but it's no good. Eleri only has a sword made of mortal blacksmith, and it can't withstand too much abuse. It shatters, and after deflecting the second bullet, pieces scattering everywhere. How dare you! I never let you lay a hand on my lady ever again. Neve tries to deflect whatever magic she can with the magic of her own, but she is being pushed back. She can't keep it up. She's not strong enough. Fortunately, the goddess isn't aiming at me with her spells. The magic circles are so manifold that the bullets are ricocheting everywhere, but there's so many of them that they are hard to avoid. I dodge my feet sliding against the ground of the cave. The heel of my boots sinks against something brittle, and it shatters into pieces beneath my body weight. I don't need to look down to know what it is. A skeleton. There were lots of dead bodies scattered about the entrance to the underworld, but there are more of them in the heart of the goddess' chamber, lying on the ground, discarded with hollow eyes and empty sockets. Inanimate. They may be inanimate now, but I can change that. I still have my necromancer's ruby necklace. But by the name of the dark witch, I command you. Arise. The skeletons scattered across the goddess chamber slowly begin to rise to their feet. They are not the people they once were. They are nothing more than empty husks with no thoughts or feelings of their own. They only exist to follow my bidding and to protect me, regardless of their own safety, and that's just what they do. The skeletons come between me and the goddess' magical bullets over and over again, shattering on impact like precious china. My soldiers are already beginning to dwindle, but I don't let that stop me. I resurrect my soldiers before they can hit the ground, and they protect me anew. It doesn't matter how many times the goddess kills them, so long as I have my necklace, I can keep reviving them. My limbs surround me like shields. Some are missing ribs, others arms, and one's its whole head. Their old age bones are cracked from the forces of Iona's many spells, but they continue to stand over and over. My skeleton shadows around me like glass. They scatter at my feet. Once more I command them, and they rise anew. Iona's spells keep coming, but the skeletons absorb them all for me. I'm almost at the mirror now. I can make it. No! Iona shoots yet more magical enemy at me. The three of my skeletons are beheaded in the row, and one of the Iona spell glances at my side of my cheek. It stings like all hell, but I ignore it. I have to keep pushing on. I duck and dodge and wave, skirting behind my skeleton's warriors. I roll on the spells and leap over stray bullets. My knees and legs are bruised and dirty from the ducking into the ground, and the air smells of death and smoke. My heart is pounding so hard it feels like it might burst. I can't breathe. I can barely think, but I keep running. I can see the mirror now. Though the smoke that Iona Magical has left, I can make it in time. I'm not sure. Spell fires right at my head, but one of my skeleton warriors dives before me to deflect the blow. I reach out to my fingers flexing. My fingers grip the mirror. I try to turn it, using the mirror as a shield from Iona's increasingly frenzied attacks. The mirror is a lot heavier than I imagined, and it's hard to turn. I grit my teeth together with myself to the feet. Here, I can't let myself be bested by when it comes so far. I can't. My lady, here, I'll help you. Neve. As though by magic, Neve appears at my side. She takes a hold of the left side of the mirror and then right. If we work together, we can turn it. I'm sure we can. I'm not going to give up here. I cannot when the goddess tried to make a fool out of me. She used this mirror to brainwash me. I'll never forgive her for that. Let's take her down together using the instrument she created with her own two hands. Right, let's do it. I believe in you, Neve. And I believe in you, too. When we're together, we can do anything. Fools, this is all foolishness. Step away from the mirror at once, or... But the goddess' words die in her throat. Together with our force combined, Neve and I finally managed to do it. The mirror which caused Neve so much internal pain and suffering is now pointing directly at the one who created it. Ah! The moment Iona sees her reflection in the mirror, a loud, almost inhuman scream tears itself from Iona's throat. No. You. How dare you? The goddess chokes and splutters these words out, and as though they're made of pure poison. She holds both her hands to her face in an attempt to conceal her true appearance. But it's already too late. The mirror has stripped away her pretense to reveal her true form. Goddess though she may be, Iona has been sealed away inside the underworld for more than 1,000 years. And she's still alive, but barely. Nothing more than a corpse animated by the divinity and a desire for revenge. When I first encountered Iona, she looked beautiful, but that was nothing more than a ruse. This is the real Iona. This is what she truly looks like. Oh my god, I never imagined. It's like something from a horror movie. Stop this! Stop it at once! This is insolence against my good name. It is sacrilege. Put down that mirror. Put it down right now. Though the goddess tries to speak in a commanding tone, her voice wavers like a child's. I can tell, despite her attempt bravado, that she is afraid. But is she afraid of me or the image of herself reflecting in the mirror? Maybe I think grimly she is afraid of what she has become. It's so pathetic, I almost feel sorry for her. I sympathize, but... No, I won't put the mirror down. You seek to defy me. I have to defy you. It's the only way I can teach you a lesson. This is what your thirst for revenge has done. This is what has reduced you to. This is the truth, and it's time you faced it. You can't keep lying to yourself any longer. No, this isn't right. This isn't who I am. It's not who you used to be, but it's undeniably you are now. This mirror doesn't lie. You said it so yourself. It strips the hearts of all men bare, and this is what happens to be inside your heart. This is the truth. Don't avert your eyes. It isn't the truth. It isn't. This isn't who I really am. The goddess slams her fists against the ground in frustrated desperation. A few scrapes of flesh that still clings to her knuckles tear away when they hit the ground, revealing more white bone beneath her once soft skin. It's not who I want to be. I never wanted to be like this. I can't imagine many people want to look like that. How horrible. This feels like an unnecessary cruelty. We have already immobilized her, Viola. Don't you think you should do as she asked and put the mirror down? We should at least give her some dignity, even if she is our enemy. No. But I said no. Iona is the ruthless goddess. If our position were reversed, she wouldn't think twice about torturing us. This is how little she respects our lives. We can't show her any kindness, though it may seem cruel. We need to defeat her completely, or our journey will have been for nothing. Don't you think that's a bit extreme? You're talking about the woman who wanted to destroy all of Aspa. No punishment is too extreme for her. But though I say that, my heart isn't made of iron. Watching a fellow Darkling, the goddess who gave my entire race life, suffer in such a way, it hurts me too. It's painful, but it's for the greater good. I don't want to watch her suffer, but she really did bring it upon herself. I never wanted this. It isn't my fault. It's not my fault. This world punished me, so I tried to punish the world in turn. What is so bad about that? You're a Darkling. You should understand my feelings. You know how it feels to be persecuted, don't you? I know, and I understand. But that does not justify your actions. What you try to do is unforgivable. So don't try to make excuses. That's proof that you still don't understand. All you care about is yourself. You're selfish. I'm selfish. That goes without saying. Think a bit more about the people around you. Think about the world as a whole. No matter how many injustices there are, Nothing can justify killing billions of people because you did not get what you wanted. I see. So that is what you think of me. You say I'm selfish, but all I ever wanted was to be loved. All I wanted was to be happy. Was that so wrong of me? Was I mistaken? You weren't mistaken. Everybody in the world wants to be loved. Whether we are gods or humans or darklings, it's natural. It's what makes us feel alive. But love shouldn't be self-important. You can't always put yourself and your own feelings first. You need to think about others first. But I tried that. I tried and it didn't work. I wanted to be good and kind and gentle, but the world wouldn't let me. There you go again. You blame everybody else for your misfortunes. You're a goddess, aren't you? You helped create life itself. Take some responsibility. Iona, I take a step forward. The heels of my dragon hide boots grind bones into powder, but I pay it no heed. I'm too fixated upon the goddess. Once Iona was a goddess of life, but now she is a goddess of death. I can't ease the pain she's feeling right now, but maybe I can try to sympathize. It isn't much, but Iona, tell me what made you this way. Tell me how it all happened. I've already said my piece. You should know by now. You should know that I wasn't always like this. I was a young girl once, sweet, naive, and trusting. Aaron said I was beautiful, and I believed him. I loved him. I loved him so much, but he betrayed me. He who once claimed he had eyes only for me turned his attention toward my own apprentice. My happiness was ruined. And so you turned against your lover. That's right. I wanted all trace of Aaron creation wiped from the world, turned into dust, destroyed. I wished for the death of all humans and for Aaron too. But the other gods soon heard of my plans and they stopped me. For upsetting the order of a natural world and attempting to murder a god who had once been my lover, they punished me. They cast me down here in this miserable pit filled with the smell of rotting flesh and there left me to fester. He never tried to visit me. Nobody did. I've been down here all alone for thousands of years, all because my lover betrayed me. Hey, young heroes, did you know? The air in the underworld is toxic to goddess or creations like me. As the years went by, my skin started to fester and the flesh peeled from my body. My body died. But I'm a goddess and I'm immortal. My heart will never cease beating, even if my body decomposes. I can't die, but I wish I could. The world be better than suffering like this. I see. So that's why you decided to seek revenge. You are certainly pitiful, I can't deny that. But I hardly think your actions are rational either. If the person you love betrayed you, then weren't worthy of your love to begin with. You should have tortured yourself so, nor gone to such extreme for a man like Aaron. He didn't deserve it. You shouldn't have chained yourself to slavish to him. But it's too late for that now. Your obsession has consumed you, and this is what happened. You blame Aaron for your unhappiness, but he did not make you wage a war against him. He did not force you into this situation. In the end, no matter what you say, you're the true culprit behind your fall from grace. In a way, I'm almost glad I met you. It made me realize something crucial. Eve turns to look at me and her eyes shining. My lady, I love you. I love you with every inch of my being, from the very bottom of my heart. I always thought if you were to leave me, I wouldn't know what to do with myself. I feared I would give myself up to madness and forget who I am. But this creature who once called herself a goddess has taught me otherwise. Love can be a very pure emotion. It can heal wounds and bring happiness. But love in too high dosages can be toxic. Spurned into that love can hurt, but disappointed love can hurt all the more. It left unchecked. Our love can spread like poison and cause pain. I love you, my lady, but now I can see I have loved too much and too intensely. I don't want to end up like that woman, and that's why I try to better myself from now on. I won't let my love consume me, and I won't continue capitulating to you. I can't define my own identity by my proximity to you for the rest of my life. I need to become my own person. Then and only then can I be truly happy. At least that's what I think. Love moderately, is it? Is that what you think? If only I had known that back then. But it's already too late. I've already thrown everything away. I was such a fool. I thought taking lives would make me happy, but I was wrong. No matter how much destruction I bring to Aspa, it won't undo the mistakes of my youth. It won't repay my relationship with Aaron. It's already too late. I was wrong from the very beginning. I might have lost myself for a few centuries, but you made me see, young darkling girl. The world is more wonderful than I ever gave it credit for. I was just too consumed with my own pain to see it. Indeed you were, and in your grief you tried to destroy the whole world. Well, that will no longer come to pass. Your magical power is already dwindling, isn't it? Now you can barely stand. I suppose this is a bit of an anticlimactic end to our journey, but before we leave, I have a gift for you. A gift. That's right. I thought you might want some company, having been trapped here for so many years, so take this. I don't want it. I fished the gem that Gardenia gave me out of my pocket and threw it at Iona's feet. This would let you communicate with somebody on the outside world. It's somebody that you know very well indeed. Somebody I know. You don't mean. That's right. I'm talking about that witch. The woman who betrayed me. This is her scent all over it. Indeed. After all these years of seeing resentment, I think you have one or two things you like to say to her. But then again, maybe not. What do I know anyway? It's been a long time since Iona Gardenia last spoke, and I doubt Iona has anything pleasant to say to her. Gardenia is the woman who took her lover away from her after all. I don't blame Iona for hating her, but perhaps loneliness does strange things to people. For all Iona should reveal, the woman who made that gem I cast at her feet, she takes hold of it, her skeletal hands, as though it's something precious. As though she can hardly bear the thought of letting it go. And so after all that, congratulations everyone, you succeeded in your quest. You beaten that wicked goddess and you saved all of Aspa. I couldn't be prouder of you. It's so touching that you're all grown in such fine young ladies. I must admit, in the beginning I wasn't sure if you were up to the task, but you've blown my expectations out of the water. You've done something truly incredible, and you should all be pleased with yourselves. Now, who wants to come and claim their reward? Huh? That was very kind of you, but I couldn't. And that's right, accepting a reward like this, I felt kind of wrong. It's kind of you, Miss Wish, but we didn't save the world for our own personal gain. We have no need of your gifts. Oh, how very selfish you all are. After everything you have been through, you still remain so innocent and incorruptible. You're all wonderful girls, but you don't need to be shy. All you earned is reward, fair and square. I suspect something like that. But we're actually going to continue reading, because I think, as we all probably know, it's about to end. I allow any of you to have heroines and honor licking all this delicious cream off my bare skin. Who wishes to partake in the festivities? I look at Gardenia mutely. Over these last 2 weeks I traveled across 7 seas, defeated a whole boat full of bloodthirsty pirates, fought off the fabled Kraken, uncovered the location of the underworld, and confronted the dark goddess Iona. But all these trials and tribulations pale in comparison to what's happening right now. What's the point in all this? I already told you, silly. For one who helped save the world, you're not all that bright. This is your reward. But we never asked for a reward. Maybe not, but I wanted to reward you all the same. It's kind-hearted like that, you see. Then you're expecting us to feel happy about this. Exactly. It's not every day one gets to see the great, beautiful, talented witch Gardenia wearing cream and chocolate. Gardenia scoops up some white cream from her chest with fingers tip and licks it with the tip of her tongue, signing sensual as she savors the sweet flavor. It tastes really good, you know. Does anybody else want to share the forbidden nectar with me? The taste of sweet whipped cream mingled with the salty sweat of my flushed skin. It's utterly intoxicating. I don't know if you're really selling this to me. I like the sweets as much as the next girl, but sweat ain't really my thing. It sounds unsanitary. No, not to mention embarrassing. There's nothing to be embarrassed about there. We're all the girls here, aren't we? Now come to me, my brave warriors. Come and indulge yourselves in my generosity. You aren't gonna turn us into frogs or something if we refuse, right? Of course not. Turning people into frogs is most barbaric practice. Beautiful girls have a far more valuable than frogs. I wouldn't want those nasty little amphibians trailing their tongues over my unblemished cleavage. But it's okay if it's pretty girls. Everything is okay if it involves pretty girls. Now come, do not be shy. Strip yourselves of your inhabitants. I have to respectfully decline. I have not yet learned how to train my heart against onslaughts such as this. Oh no, how cruel. Do you mean to say that you're not interested in the amazing reward I'm offering you? I know lots of people would kill to get a chance like this. And I would kill if it meant you would put your clothes back on. Huh, how mean. How could you be so cruel to a beautiful woman like me? I apologize, Miss Witch, but... He smiles smugly and puffs her chest out with pride. Her eyes burning with devotion, she says clearly, there is nobody in the world more beautiful than my mistress. I only have eyes for her and no other woman. You may tempt me however you wish, for a foul snake, but I will not swayed. No matter how nice your body is, my lady is superior in every way. I never imagined. My wonderful gift. Wouldn't receive such a cold response. That's just how it is, I'm afraid. So Gardenia, enough of these games. You know why we come here, and it isn't the cream of your body, no matter how proud of it you may be. I think it's high time we sat down and had a serious discussion. What's going to happen to us now? So what you want to do? After cleaning herself up, Gardenia invited us all to sit in her living room. There's a large iron column sitting in the middle of the room, continues to leak strange green smoke, and I swear some of the pickled eyes in the glass jars arranged on the shelves are staring at me. Dark and dingy though Gardenia's home is, at least it's easier to deal with that woman herself. Gardenia full of surprises. Speaking of which, I look Gardenia up and down and my lips pursed. I could always ask her about her relation with Iona, but that's really none of my business, is it? There's no point talking about it anyway. That's because the goddess has been defeated. That's right, I assumed as much. Gardenia smiles gently, but she doesn't seem quite as enthused as one might be to hear such news. In fact, I might be grasping at straws here, but to me, she looks almost upset. I wonder why. The goddess isn't dead, you know. We only weakened her magical abilities and with it her resolve. Well, I suppose as much it's not possible to really kill a goddess. Not even centuries spent in the land of the dead will do that. She was alive, but barely. She tried to conceal what she has become through magic, but when we stripped it away, we saw what she really was. A corpse. Ah yes, I presumed as much. Goddess can't die, but breathing in the air of the underworld for too long will do that to anybody. I just hope that she didn't suffer too much. She suffered far less than she would have made us suffer, and had her plan succeeded. Well, I suppose so. I know I know it's not my place to say this, but part of me does feel sorry for Iona. She was trapped all alone for more than 1,000 years, and that kind of isolation will drive anybody mad. I can hardly blame her for what she did, but I think it was unforgivable, no matter what her reasons. Huh, well, that's easy for you to say. You weren't involved. But enough of this idle chatter. I suppose now that you come back from your journey, oh brave and intrepid warriors, you're interested in your reward. That's right. I want to know if I were to go back home, and I haven't quite decided if I will just yet. How would that work? Quite simply, I've already prepared all the need for this spell, complex though it is. I just need to utter the incantation, snap my fingers, and then poof. Gardenia snaps her fingers for demonstration. You wake up in your bed in Japan like this was all a dream. And how much time will have passed in the human world? None at all. You were able to resume your daily life as though nothing has changed. Or at least you should, if I've done everything correctly. Isn't that exciting? My everyday life, huh? It's true, I've been in Aspa for a long time, and a small part of me does miss certain aspects of Japan. I miss their food and their fashions, and just how convenient our technology is compared to Aspa's. But I can't forget my feeling of ebullient relief when I woke up in my bed in the nightmare citadel. Finally, I thought to myself as I set out exploring, I can do something interesting. The monotonous grind of day-to-day life and started to wear me down, and I desperately needed a break. Well, I got that in my all expenses paid trip to Aspa. I met a new colorful cast of characters, traversed amazing and breathtaking places, and defeated an array of fearsome monsters. I done seen I learned so very much. And now Gardenia is saying if I go back to Japan, it'd be like none of that ever happened. I return to my dull office job and everything will go back to normal. Is that something I really want? I would never go back. What about the relations I made in Aspa? If I were to leave, in particular miss. I'm actually gonna do a save here because this is gonna help me. Well, I would miss all of them. All of them, damn it. I love them too much to part with any of them. This isn't fair. This is all of a sudden. I need more time to think, but... So what will it be? Will you accept my offer to return or not? I will. Hilaria answers without hesitation, her back straight and her eyes narrowed. I enjoyed my time in Aspa, but I don't want to shrink my responsibilities back in Japan. The night I am in Aspa isn't the real me. The whole time it feels like I've been playing a character. I had fun, yes, but I don't want to run away from what's really important. I don't want to forget who I really am. A good answer. You sound very sure of yourself, but what else could I expect from a brave knight? I'm not brave. I'm anything but. I designed my character in Aspa Online to be cool and tough, but in the real world I'm a coward. I can never say what I mean, and I'm always afraid of being judged. I'm weak and shy and awkward, and it would be easier for me to live out in the rest of my life in the content capable knight I've always wanted to be. But this isn't true. It's all a mask. I'm still not quite the me I wanted to be yet. And I can only achieve that if I go back home. That's the only way I'll be able to look at myself in the mirror with my head held high. How very respectable. And what about you, Viola? Will you go back? Yeah, Viola. What are you gonna do? I'm not sure. I still need to clarify a few things. Like what? I existed in Aspa before I came here, unlike Larry. Everyone already knew about the great witch Viola. If I go back to the human world, would a version of me still exist in Aspa, or would I disappear for good? Well, that's hard to say. Viola the Dark Witch was never supposed to exist in Aspa before I summoned you here. But my magic is unstable, so a few things went away. What do you mean? I created the Aspa Online, you know, in the human world using my own magical powers. I based Aspa Online on the real world of Aspa, and I used it as the means to select the capable warriors to come to fight the Iona on my behalf. What the players in Aspa Online did should never have affected the real world of Aspa, until you came along. Your exploits in Aspa Online were so great that it must have tricked into real life too. A shadow of you was born based on your human self, but it wasn't complete. It wasn't quite the real you. This shadow of Viola, well, if you will, was finally filled when I summoned the real version of you into Aspa. If you were to return to Japan, I would shut down the servers of Aspa Online in the human world. With Aspa Online gone and the physical body of the Dark Witch in Japan, I suppose you would disappear, just like Larry. So if I left, no traces of me would be left behind in Aspa. No physical traces, at least, just memories that would linger in the hearts of those you touched. I see. So that answers one question. If I leave, I disappear from Aspa for good. I would never leave. I mean, even if the world is real there, it's a much better time period that is in the real world. I mean, everything is shit. Everything goes to hell in a few seconds. So, being in a world created for the medieval ages, even though it's real when you're in there, it's much better than what's happening here. I vanished, but Neve and Theo will stay here. They continue to exist, but they miss me, won't they? Neve especially. My lady, if you went, I would miss you. I would miss you terribly. My life has centered around you and your comfort for so long. It will feel like my reasons for living had been stripped away. I'd be sad, yes, I know I would shed many tears, but I was thinking about what Iona said, and she might have a point. What do you mean? I've been relying on you too much. I let my feelings for you rule me, and I don't think that's healthy. I became so obsessed I almost started to hate myself for my slavish devotion. I know I was being pathetic, and I should have tried to be more self-sustaining, but how could I? Then you were so... When you were so very kind and I owed you so very much. I told myself it was fine to rely on you like this because you were the dreaded Dark Witch and nobody would ever be able to best you. You would win every fight and you would never leave my side. But I was wrong. Nothing can last forever, and I need to learn to be more self-sufficient. Even if you leave, I'll still be alive, and while I may be sad, I keep on going. I would let myself give up. I give it into my own despair. That's why you should worry about me so much. You should make your decision solely upon how you think I react to it. You need to do this for your own sake. You need to do what you think is right. I don't want to hold you back. And so whatever you choose, I support you. I'll be able to accept your decision no matter what, and I'll smile for you right until the very end. I'm not the weak, desperate, clingy girl I used to be. I'm strong now and I'm my own person. I don't need you to be happy. I don't. Just as I'm sure you don't need me. My, how touching. Gardenia smiles, her eyes shining. Well, Viola, you heard the appeal of your sweet little maid, and now it's time for you to choose. What will you do? Will you stay in Aspa, or will you return to your old life? The choice is entirely in your hands. Well, it's not a hard choice. And so, in the end... Really? Hey, Ayana. What are you going to wish for? I can't tell you that. If I did, it might not come true. I returned to Japan like I knew I should. Though the part of me wanted to stay in Astra where I could shrink my responsibilities at will, and I knew that wasn't right. The Dark Witch Viola doesn't run away from her challenges. Instead, she faces them without fear. If I'd stayed in Aspa like a coward while Larry returned to the human world, I don't think I'd have been able to forgive myself. And that's why I came back. Like Gardenia said, time passes differently in Aspa than it does in Japan. I woke in my bed like any other morning, and when I went to work, my colleagues greeted me as though I had never been gone. Nobody knew about the time I spent in Aspa except me. I soon settled into my daily routine and began to question whether the months I had lived in Aspa were really real or whether there were some kind of dream. Things returned to normal so quickly it was a little anticlimactic. To be honest, I felt kind of lonely. Until I was able to meet up with her, Larry, or to use the name her parents gave her, Anna. I sent a message on Aspa Online before the servers closed down, asking her if she'd like to meet up. I just wanted some confirmation that the time spent in Aspa wasn't the detailed, hyper-realistic dream. I wanted to talk to somebody who'd been in Aspa with me, who I could call a friend. I met up with Ayana in Tokyo a few months ago, and, well, she didn't look at all like she did in Aspa. Ayana, unlike her avatar Larry, is a short girl lacking muscle definition. She is a shy, awkward kind of person, and when she walks, she looks at her own feet as though afraid to meet anybody's eyes. But I wasn't upset by this revelation. If anything, I thought she was adorable. She even cuter than she was in Aspa. We sat down together in a cafe, and over drinks we reminisced about the time we spent together in Aspa. We managed to confirm by each other's accounts that it wasn't a dream. The day we spent in Aspa and the bond we developed was real. It's still real even now, though we're back in Japan and we don't look quite the same as once we did. Though Ayana did say, pouting coolly, "It's not fair. You look just as cool as Viola did." Though our encounter in the human world is a bit awkward at first, Ayana and I soon grew accustomed to one another once more. We grew accustomed to one another, in fact. We began to meet in Tokyo on a semi-regular basis. Then we started to make plans to move in together. These plans finally came into fruition last week. Ayana, who used to live in Nagoya, now lives with me in Tokyo. She has found a new job already, working with the police here, but really I just fill in paperwork all day. I don't actually get to do any field work. Ayana told me gloomily over her pumpkin spice latte, "Unlike Ilaria, I don't have enough stamina." I moved out of my small, crappy apartment into a newer, larger one that can accommodate the pair of us. It's the start of a brand new chapter in my life. I never lived with a cute girl like Ayana before. I spent the last few years of my life all alone in the middle of a city with a few friends, and I hadn't visited my family in years. I was so isolated, it's not a wonder I started to tire of my life. But it's all different now with Ayana. Now it's almost at the end of the year. The sky is cold and snow is falling from the sky. Ayana and I are standing by our local shrine, our hands pressed together in prayer. I don't know what Ayana is praying for, since she won't tell me, but I have a pretty good idea about what I want. I want to stay with Ayana, and I want to build a new life with her. I want that more than anything. Hey, Kotone. Ayana waves a curious hand over my eyes. Are you alright? You were kind of spacing out there. Oh, I'm sorry. My mind was wandering. It looked like you were thinking about something serious. If you wouldn't mind, would you perhaps want to share your thoughts with me? I don't know if I can help much, but I am your girlfriend and all, right? That's right. I reach out and take Diana's hands with my own. Our fingers dragged in the mittens to help keep out the cold, but they're not particularly effective. It really is chilly tonight, but no matter. I can always warm Ayana up with my body heat. You're my girlfriend, Ayana. Ayana giggles, her face flushed with shy, girlish happiness as she glances down at her shoes. I'm still not used to being called that. What, Ayana? That's that too, and your girlfriend, I guess. Back in Astor, you always said you were my mistress and I was your servant. I can keep doing that if you want, but we'd probably get funny looks in public. We were getting funny looks already. Lovely doughy couple or on a common sight in New Year's Eve, but those couples usually consist of the one boy and and one girl. Same-sex couples like us is a rarity. I suppose some people might assume we are nothing more than friends. But would friends look into one another like this, their fingers linked? I don't think so. A man coughs in the background. I think he wants us more to move, but I'm not going to give him the satisfaction. I might not be Viola anymore, and my magic abilities have gone, but I'm not a pushover. Are you embarrassed about being looked at, Ayana? Would you prefer not being seen in public with me? That isn't it. It's embarrassing, but if I'm with you, I don't mind. I don't care what anybody else says or what anybody thinks. I've been influenced with my people's opinions too much over the years. It's time for me to finally stand on up for what I believe in. And I don't think my feelings for you are bad. Even if your parents disagree with our relationship, and even if our people scoff at us when they see us in the streets, I don't care. That's what Ayana says, but it's evident she doesn't care if she didn't. Her legs would be shaking like that. But I think that her result is cute nonetheless. It's a fake until you make a popular saying. I think if Ayana doesn't buckle beneath the stares of society, then she should be fine. Courage isn't something that develops overnight. It's something you have to cultivate within yourself, even if you feel sad or scared or like you want to run away. You need to keep pushing on in the face of adversity. And then, after a while, all that faked courage will become real. Look back on it, I'm sure that Aspa did back in Aspa Online, when she was forced into the role of a Larry. And it's no different now. We're back in Japan. Whether she's a serious knight or a slightly shy office lady, a Larry is still a Larry. Ayana is still Ayana. She's still the girl that I love. And that's why? Oh, Ayana, you really are adorable. I am? That's right. When I first returned to Japan, I couldn't help but wonder if I made a mistake. My life was so tedious that nothing exciting happened at all. I miss being able to use magic, and I miss being revered as the great dark witch. And I missed going on adventures. I thought in Japan was dull and uninteresting. But maybe I was wrong. You make life seem exciting again. And you really are fun to tease. I love you a lot. And I don't want you to leave. I don't want to leave your side. Anna looks at me for a few moments, blinking. Her irises look suspiciously glassy, and a part of me wonder whether she is going to start crying when... Right. She nods her head, her dark hair shifting about her pale face. Let's do that. Let's stay together and make each other happy. It can be our New Year's resolution. That's right. It be our resolution for this year, and the year after that, and the ones after that. If you stay with me, I do my best to make you happy. I promise. But Kotone, you don't need to promise that. And why not? Because Ayana smiles at me shyly, glancing up at me. I'm a few inches taller than her in Japan, with flushed cheeks. I'm already the happiest I ever been. The sky above our heads is dark black, dotted here and there with stars, and now snow is falling gently around us. It looks beautiful. It's like a scene from a movie. But I think Ayana is even more breathtaking. That's right, next year. Really what will be a good one. I'm going to give it my all. It doesn't matter whether I'm in Japan or Aspen. There are fragments of happiness everywhere. I just need to search for them. That was a lot of reading. Thank you for reading. Waffle. Really? They're pretty funny, actually. Everything here is made by different people. But because everything is made by different people, they actually is able to kind of push out episodes fast. But if it's made by one person, it takes a lot longer. Okay, so this seems to be something else. So I'm actually gonna make that in a separate one. So main menu. Well, at least that means we're done with Sakura MMO 3. There are a lot of things left, so but Sakura MMO 3, it's not one of the best Sakuras. It's good, but I read way better Sakuras than this, in my opinion. That is, of course. But I will do the extras in the next episode. So this is the end, and the next one gonna be extras. And after that, I'm gonna upload the screenplay. So please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.